Now, my initial thoughts, Michelle, man, it feels so good to be, like I said, it feels like we're just back to the roots of the show. I was telling you before the podcast, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
She's so normal, and I mean that in the best way possible. She's certainly not boring. I think this season is going to be awesome. She's the opposite of boring, but she's just a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew this, Gary, she finished Matt's season and immediately went right back to teaching.
Yeah.
Right back to teaching. She is not active, really. If you check out her social media pages, not active on there whatsoever. She's not trying to grow them. I'm sure she'll have to a certain extent now. She's got to post the previews for each episode or whatever. But throughout the summer, and like she's a real person with
Yeah.
who cares about a real career, and it feels
do you
very
think she
refreshing.
goes back to teaching after
I hope so, man.
You
It's
think so?
always tough. Well, it's just so much like look, I have a lot of teachers I love in my life. It's not an easy job. It's
It's not.
fulfilling,
Yeah.
but it's so much easier to just eat your sponsored salads on the couch and
Yeah.
and talk about your hair vitamins and whatever you got to do in the post bachelorette life. I will say, if anyone was gonna, it's gonna be Michelle Young.
Agreed.
How about you? What do
Yeah.
you think?
I think, like, just by like odds, I'd say she doesn't, just because like everybody who goes on the show just ends up, they just eat their sponsor money and that's how they
Yeah.
live. Like that's what it is. But I think what you were saying, if there's gonna be one, it's gonna be Michelle, because she seems like she loves it, and it seems like it's not just a job to her; it's like her life. Like that's what she's about. So if
And
not,
the
if
guys
not
know
going
it.
back to teaching, she's gonna continue to work with kids in some capacity. I
Sure.
feel for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there are other avenues. I'm very, very curious. I think it depends who she ends up with. But yeah, her being a teacher and her being a basketball player, we are going to get that shoved down our throat this
Dude,
season.
that's all my notes. It's like this person
Man.
mentioned basketball. This person said like the first.
Everybody.
There was like, I think it might have been who was it? Clayton. He was like he mentioned football. I'm like, oh sorry buddy, you're out. You play
Peace.
football. You never play basketball? Oh,
Wrong sport,
sorry.
bro.
Wrong sport, bro.
We see the
But
preview. Goes,
literally every guy.
saw my
that
spot
came
on the
up-
hardwood.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I played basketball. I was a point guard too, so we're gonna have a lot in common. It's like, really?
Dude, she must get so annoyed. She played D1. I think his name is Brandon. Sorry, I'm gonna mess up some of the names. I wrote them down. I try my best to memorize them. I am notoriously bad for not remembering names at the start of the season. But Brandon or Brendan, he got a lot of screen time, but not a lot of like time with Michelle, I feel like. But he is saying near the end, he had that wild black shirt, black suit, and silver tie combo.
Wild.
Which is like very much, yeah, for like a Starry Night themed prom in like 2004. A bold move for a cocktail party in 2021. But he was saying, oh, I played point guard in high school. I'll beat you 1-on-1. Dude, she gets that all the time. I guarantee. Just like, shut up. What college did you play at? You're like 5'11" talking to her about, oh yeah, I'll take you to the post.